In this video, you'll discover causes of insulin resistance. This video is actually a follow-up to my previous video on causes of insulin resistance part 1. If you haven't watched that video, please do well to search it out. It is very important. In that video, we discussed the major cause of insulin resistance. But today we're going to discuss the remaining 5 causes of insulin resistance. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, I'm dietitian Oluchukwu. Remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my awesome content. So without wasting further time, let's get straight into the video. The first cause of insulin resistance that we're considering today is excess carbohydrate consumption. When we eat carbohydrates, whether it's a bowl of rice, beans, plantain, yam, whatever that contains carbohydrate, the body breaks it down into glucose or sugar. This glucose moves through the stomach, the intestines, and finally enters the bloodstream. Now, the pancreas senses that there is a rise in blood glucose and it secretes insulin. Remember that the role of insulin is to stimulate the muscles, the fat, and liver cells to absorb glucose. So the cells of the body will now use this glucose to provide you with energy, and the excess glucose will be stored to be released when there is need for it. However, if there is excess glucose, like much more than the body needs at that time and much more than the body can handle, what happens? The cells of the body become exhausted, just like when you're trying to stuff in some clothes into a bag that is already full of clothes and the bag cannot take in anymore. So the result is that the cells of the body now resist or block the receptors. So when insulin tries to transport glucose into them, they just cannot take it anymore, and at this point insulin resistance sets in and there is excess glucose in the bloodstream, there is excess insulin, and insulin resistance sets in. The second cause of insulin resistance is a sedentary lifestyle or lack of physical activity. You see, when you exercise, your body draws on the reserve sugar stored in your muscles and liver. And as it is drawing on these reserve stores, it creates more room in the muscles and the liver. So when glucose builds up in the bloodstream and insulin knocks on the door of the muscles, it will open because there is room for it. So as the muscles are rebuilding their stores, the level of sugar in the blood drops and is normal. But in a person that is inactive, you wake up, they serve your breakfast, after breakfast you enter your car, you drive to work. When you go to your office, you use the elevator and avoid the staircase. You sit down and walk for hours without pacing around or getting about, and when you're done, you return home. When you get home, you're very much exhausted that all you do is maybe slump inside your couch, watch television, and the next thing is you go to bed. So there is no time for workout, and the result is that the muscles are not releasing enough glucose because you're not using up your stored sugar. The third cause of insulin resistance is chronic lack of sleep. Chronic lack of sleep affects the way the body produces and uses insulin. First of all, research shows that insulin operates on a daily cycle, and if for any reason there's a disruption in your body's circadian rhythm, it will affect the timing and release of insulin. Also, lack of sleep triggers the release of some hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, and these hormones increase your body's resistance to insulin. Another cause of insulin resistance is the use of steroids for a long time. The use of steroids have been shown to increase insulin resistance. What are steroids? Steroids are medications that are taken to reduce inflammation in persons with asthma, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis. So what steroid does is that they cause the liver to continue to release sugar. As the liver is releasing more sugar, the pancreas in turn is releasing insulin, and at a point the pancreas is overwhelmed and stops releasing insulin, and insulin resistance sets in at this point. Another cause of insulin resistance is hormonal disorders. Hormonal disorders such as Cushing syndrome or acromegaly. In Cushing syndrome, there is excess production of the hormone glucocorticoid, and this hormone stimulates the production of glucose and increases insulin resistance. Now, why are we studying the cause of insulin resistance? It is for you to know what causes insulin resistance, as well as to know the risk factors that can predispose you to developing insulin resistance in the first place. Now, insulin resistance can lead to a number of health conditions such as prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, obesity, heart disease, polycystic ovary syndrome known as PCOS, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and so much more. So in my next video, we shall look at how to reverse insulin resistance. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so that you'll be notified the next time we post a new video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. In the meantime, stay healthy and I'll see you in my next video.